That's right. And most people always ask us, and this is a misconception, I think, Craig, is that does a HubSpot website look like other websites? And I don't know why people say this, because to me, a website's a website, right? It looks the same. I'm sure people don't go out there and go, does a WordPress website look like a LCOM website, for example, right? I'm like, hang on a second.
I wonder though, Ian, they're possibly thinking about that very basic template-y look. Yes. You know how you see a bunch of websites, WordPress especially, because there's millions of them, where you go, oh, it's just a simple template. Doesn't look great. Doesn't look designed. I think perhaps people bring that over to HubSpot, and especially when we're going to talk about templates and template marketplace, they're like, it doesn't look good. It's just a theme. Do you have clients kind of indicate that to you? We've had a few.
All the time. And then we show them some of the things we've built and they're like, oh, is that really what you can do? I'm like, yes, just think of it like any other website. If you can do it somewhere else, you can do it in HubSpot. And so let's talk about themes and templates. Now, that's one of the places in HubSpot that has really grown and evolved over the last few years. And so what you will see, a lot of our sites actually that we build, and that our sites like the HubShots site, for example, is built on the clean theme. And you would have probably heard us talk about the clean theme over time. So I know in Zen, for example, they focus clearly on the clean theme. At Search and Be Found, we do a lot on the power theme, and we together collectively have built on those themes many sites, and we knows the ins and outs. Now, you might also say, why do you only choose those two themes? To be honest, I have tried, and I know Craig has tried two other themes, and what I tend to find, or what we have found collectively, is they might look great, but actually on the back end, they might not be built the same way. So how flexible are they? Are they really well made so that they're considering how fast things are loading? Are there modules to do different things? How customizable are the modules? How up to date are they keeping it? What's the support like? What is the documentation like? These are all the stuff that we look at. We don't just look at how great it looks. We look at how easy to live with, right? And these are the two themes that we've actually chosen collectively in our businesses that we work on. And I think if you try them out, I think you would find the same thing. And I'm sure there are other themes in the marketplace, but these are the two that we've chosen to run with.
Yeah, I totally agree, Anne. And this is the thing. People are surprised when they see some of the sites we build. They're like, oh, you used just a theme from the marketplace. Did you custom develop that? No, just a theme. Oh, wow. And to be fair, a couple of years ago, we used to custom dev all our themes. We didn't use themes from the marketplace, but we switched a couple of years ago. And we decided on those themes. By the way, people will say, oh, is Clean Theme or Power Theme, are they the best themes in the marketplace? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't tried all 100 of them, but they are excellent. We use them for all our sites now, as you said. Now, that's not to say you have to buy paid themes. We do for all of our clients. We've just got our small set of paid themes that we use now, but there's tons of free ones. And there's also tons of modules as well. For example, there are modules for calculators. You want to add a mortgage calculator to your site, etc., like that. Tons of them. And later on in the show, we'll go through some of the gaps. There's no module for Instagram, for example. I'll chat about that at the end. But just know that you can get started. You could get CMS Hub. I was going to say CMS Hub. You could get Content Hub Starter, get a free theme from the marketplace, and build a very beautiful and functional website. No problem at all. By the way, I'll just mention one other cool theme, or one cool feature of HubSpot that I really like. And that's that you can have multiple themes in your portal and build pages from different themes. So what do I mean by that? You can have the home page based on one theme, your about page based on another theme. This is really handy. You could have a landing page which you build on another theme. So this is a big advantage, in my opinion, over WordPress, where with WordPress, as you would know if you've used it, you basically make one theme active and then all the pages on the site switch to using that theme. So that's something I really like. Big, handy feature, not a piece of functionality people all aware of.
All right. So one of the things that we've heard is if you have used WordPress, you're thinking about child themes, right? And why do you create a child theme? Let's go back to that. You create a child theme because you want to make sure you get the updates, right? And any updates that you have made in your child theme stays current while being able to receive updates from the main theme, right? So this is one of the reasons having a child theme helps you manage that appropriately, but also get the updates. And that's one thing I love about Clean and Power. There's always updates coming through, ways to make things better, ways to improve things. And so having the child really helps you manage that well. And again, it's a really simple process. It's well documented. And often a lot of these theme makers will even, the 2 hours that they give you, will give you the ability to create those child themes for you to get you started. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Craig?
Yeah, because if you're having multiple websites in your portal, as we do, we've got HubShots, Zen Create, all of these in our portal. We have one theme, one copy of Clean theme we've purchased, and then we have multiple child themes.
That's
because
a
the
very
child
good
themes
point.
handle all those theme customizations and fonts and all of that. So it's all separated out. Then when Kevin from Clean Theme updates his theme, it just uploads the parent theme. All our child themes stay intact, and it's a beautiful way to keep up to date but not break your site.
All right, now let's talk about content types. So people are looking at thinking, oh, okay, what does Content Hub have, right? So let's look at the following content types. We've got web pages, we've got blog posts, we've got images, videos, and we've got files, right? And then when we talk about web pages, we also include landing pages in there as well. Now let's think about how do we manage this? And then if we talk about that, we're talking about hosting of content. So you can either upload or enter it via files. There's version control. That's really important. People don't realize how important it is until they've got to roll back something or go, oh, hang on, what was on that page before? Protecting content with permissions, and then reporting and making sure that you can constantly improve and get better. And then we also think about content types that can be extended to emails, social posts, knowledge-based articles, and even advertising, so ads. So that's another place that you might think about.
That's right. And keep in mind, we're talking about the foundational features that all CMSs should have, and Content Hub is no different, has all of that. Let's keep going on. Site tree, just a basic way to look at a folder level visualization of all your pages. So many people that we show the websites to in HubSpot don't realize you can do this. They're looking at a list view, but yep, it's right there. So you can see the screenshots
hidden in plain
there.
sight, hey Craig?
What's that?
I said it's hidden in plain sight.
It is hidden in plain sight. Great way to put it. A few quick tips when you're using that site tree. So if you've got this in your portal, have a look. You can view both websites and landing pages. Have you seen that? People will go, oh, I've just viewing websites. Oh, I can't view landing pages. You can put them there. Can't include blog posts in that listing, which is fine. And the resolved language is often needs changing if you're updating the filters. What else? Drag and drop editor. This should be table stakes for any CMS, and there's still some that don't have it. HubSpot's got it.
Now, I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Just so people listen, and if they're using what we know as now the previously called CMS or website, if your theme that you're using hasn't been updated for a couple of years and it was built in the old style, and you're thinking, hang on, why don't I have the drag and drop that Ian and Craig are talking about? It is probably because it hasn't been updated to the drag and drop style, which was introduced a few years ago, which would mean that it needs to be rebuilt so that you can take advantage of that. So if you are in that position, there is a way to do it. They'll have to rebuild it to include that, but it is available to you. Don't feel that just because you can't see it in CMS that it's not available. So reach out to your developer or...
Yeah, look, that's such a good point, Ian. We've got a client where they had their website built in some hard-coded thing. It wasn't even a custom dev that was useful. It was a custom dev build that's just got hard-coded references to... it's just a debacle. Anyway, whenever they try and get their website updated, they want to move it around, they have to pay thousands of dollars to this developer to change their site. And we're just like, just buy Clean theme. Okay. And we'll do a retrofit. We'll rebuild it all drag and drop. And they're like, oh, we're actually saving money.
Correct.
By not only buying the theme, which is only $1,000 US, but then all our time just to switch over the pages. It's actually saving the money really quickly. So an ROI. Yeah. So I think that's such a good point. And if you don't have drag and drop, look at the investment just to switch it over. Worth it. You'll recoup your money very quickly.
We also talk about save sections. So save sections are really handy to save sections that you want to reuse across pages. Makes things so much easier for reuse and repurposing across the platform. Publishing controls is the next thing. So requiring, and this is something that's been introduced fairly recently, but just being able to get approval for content publishing. And this is more probably for bigger businesses where they go through a process to approve and publish. That's a great thing that HubSpot now has within that. The next thing is schedule publishing. So I'm sure people don't realize they can schedule published pages and unpublish them on certain dates and times. And that is also built within the platform. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is you can bulk publish as well. So there's the other option that you can do is bulk publish a whole bunch of pages as well.
Yeah. So you might be wondering, why are we talking about things like, surely that's obvious a system would have it. Yeah, it is. These are the foundational pieces. Every CMS should have them. HubSpot has them. In the schedule unpublish, one thing it also adds, which is nice, is you can schedule that to unpublish on a certain date, automatically redirect to another page so you don't lose your Google Juice or have a 404 showing.
And Craig, you know what I said? These are those 1%ers that make the big difference in HubSpot. Now, why am I saying that? And you know very well, we come from a software background. These are all the manual things that people have to think about, write in the implementation plan, and then execute on. And in HubSpot, it just happens seamlessly. So I think it's one of those things that we just need to be aware that of the benefits that these little things make.
All right. A final few things. Version history. This is revision history on just about anything, web pages, landing pages, etc. You can access that pretty quickly. Lots of people don't know about that. And they go, oh, I've changed it. How do I get it back? Version history there. It's really good. And you can see the full history. Just choose the one that you want. I think it goes back to forever. I don't think it's got a limit.
I thought there would be, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
We haven't reached it.
Anyway, it's a massive benefit if you're trying to figure out what happened when.
And then finally, SEO features. We've got a whole section, shot 8, later in the show, but just right up front, SEO tools are something that should be table stakes in any web content management system. HubSpot's no different. Page titles, meta descriptions, canonical URLs, redirects, featured images, XML sitemaps, it's all are there.